here. Obviously, nothing that I would be involved in at all. But lots of things happening, lots of things to be talked about. I think probably the biggest talking point of everything that we've seen is the Warzone mobile update getting the one thing that when I say we, I mainly mean iPad players have been asking for a really long time, but we finally got an FOV slider. Definitely just feels so much better. There were a bunch of different changes. We got shipment added to the game. We got shoot house added to the game as well. I don't think either of those is fully optimized yet, but they look solid as of right now. So, Ducky, I don't know if you got a chance to play the game a whole lot yet. If you have any
game.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were in what was it shipment or I think it was a shoot house together. Yeah.
Dude, it was funny. I was just like I wanted to get one game on shoot house, one on shipment, just to see how they looked. First off, I want to say, I said this in my video. I don't think anyone who plays COD Mobile can look at that gameplay and be like, COD Mobile looks better. Like, I don't think anyone with two brain cells rubbed together can think that. It might run better on COD Mobile, but I think it looks fantastic right now. Shipment is just it's a very dark, very gloomy map. But like shoot house, dude, the colors of the grass, it was like vibrant. There was so much detail I'd never seen on mobile before. So I don't know. I thought it was good. The FPS cap at like 30 or 40 sucked. Could be worse. But yeah, joined up a game. Bobby wasn't there. And then I saw him in the kill feed. And then he was wearing a Tim the Tatman skin when I went to go revive him. And I was like, that's my boy. And we lost. We lost the game, of course.
Did we? Well, it's teammates' fault because we were both like triple positive. So
yeah, like I had like at one point like almost a 5-man. Like I got a quad, and then yeah. So I think it's good. I will say I think the sentiment is changing rather rapid on Warzone Mobile. The community sentiment, I feel like a month ago wasn't that hot, if I'm not mistaken. Like I don't think the overall community vibe was very high on Warzone Mobile, and it feels like with this last 1 or 2 updates, like people are like, hey, this is looking good. But I don't know, maybe that's just me, or I don't know. I still see some negative Nancy's out there, but for the most part, people seem to be getting really hyped for the game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's come as a result of like the major changes that we've been asking for a while. They may not have necessarily been up to what people were expecting as far as like the graphics update. There's no like higher end graphics that was added. It was the addition of lower graphics levels, but ultimately optimization has been the biggest request of the community, and I think that was a more necessary addition than adding a bunch of super high resolution graphics. That's something that can be added in the future. Ultimately, like when it comes to my experience, and I feel like the majorities of people's experience, whenever they're being honest, like enjoyment of game comes from the game's mechanics itself, not from the graphics. Like 99% of people, if they're playing mobile games, they're not playing it because they want the best possible graphical experience. Like that's just not, it's not really what people go to mobile games for. And so I feel like the changes that they've made as of recently have been super solid. I saw a lot of people complaining about the new layout for the loadout thing. I like the loadout thing way better now.
I didn't see it.
I feel like it's a lot more. I feel like it's a lot more functional than it was previously.
I would say the old one, maybe it was just the moddware for like the system they brought over sucked, but I did not like it. I felt clunky.
Yep.
It felt hard to understand. It felt like you had to click through 17 menus.
You had to scroll through so many different things, and this one has everything condensed into one. I was like, why would you not want this? Because like even the mainline Warzone accounts were like gassing it up. I'm like, yeah, and then I see mobile guys in the replies like, it sucks, it's terrible. I'm like, what? It just felt so much better to me.
I think people are always slow to like welcome change, even if it's for the better. Like I remember when the OG Fortnite mobile heads-up display like at 2 editor came out, I hated it because it was so confusing. It was so different, but it ended up being so much better than what they had originally had in place. So I think if it's something where like if the team knows, I mean, dude, they've been working for a year. They've probably been handcrafting this UI for ages. They're not just gonna like throw something together that sucks and be like, hey, sorry, we never tested it. Like you have to imagine they've tested it. And from experience as well, when games go through these phases of development, you have testing through the entire range of development. You have people testing these literal features and giving feedback saying, I like this menu, I don't like this menu, this UI is good, this UI is bad. So like, if they're gonna implement something this late in the game, but that's so different, it's probably good. I haven't tested. Actually, let's boot it up. Let's see. Live reaction here.
Yeah, I would say overall I liked pretty much every change that was made in the recent update. Obviously, we do have COD Next that's coming next week, and that's likely a big reason for some of the more substantial changes that we've seen. On top of that, along with the loadout change, or I guess with the format for that, they also changed the name of it to indicate the move over to the Modern Warfare 3 system, calling it Gear instead of loadouts. Because I don't know,
dude, this is sick.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
I think that looks so much better. It's so much more functional.
This is like an OG like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 where you have like your 10 loadouts.
Exactly.
You pick the drop down, you pick your loadout, and then it's not like even COD Mobiles. I'm not a huge fan of. It all feels a bit clustered. But this, like, I will still say when you click the weapon and then you have to go and scroll 18 miles to get to the one gun you want.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll change that, but like at least just this but like this base looks a whole lot better than I don't even remember the old thing. Didn't like it. Oh no, you had to scroll at the bottom for your loadouts too. Yeah, this is way better. This is way better.
Yeah, I agree. So they obviously are in Modern Warfare 3. There's no longer going to be perks. There's going to be gear. So you have like instead of dead silence, there's like shoes that give you dead silence instead of
really.
Instead of flak jacket, there's like a jacket that you put on that protects you from explosives. So that's part of the reason for like the terminology change and everything.
As long as they let me get them Gucci shoes, my Louis jacket for the flak jacket, hey, I'll be chilling.
All right. I mean, that would be I can't lie, that would be a banger collab. So.
That'd be so funny. Like Gucci Dead Silence shoes, Supreme flak jacket.
Give me some Dead Silence Jordans, dude.
That'd be kind of sick. Yeah. I mean, all in all, I'm excited. I don't want to. Well, I've speculated so much of it last year, but we'll both be at COD Next in like 5 days, 6 days is when the event is.
I think we fly out on Tuesday, right? So
yeah, but the actual event is like in 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. Well, 6 days because it's Thursday.
I will say though, if they don't give us information about when the game is releasing, I will find someone there and I will give them a stern talking to about how this is super detrimental. That's all I'm gonna say. If we better have some indication, because the App Store I checked too, the App Store still says November 1st. So if they do the same thing again, where it gets to May 15th, everyone's like, we could download the game, and then they can't, and then it gets to November 1st, and they can't download the game because they didn't change it. That's gonna be tough. Also, yes, we will be sharing a bed, and we actually got a 2-queen bedroom, but we're just sleeping in the same bed. Yep. You know, gotta be economic in these hard times.
So it's all about body heat, and you can't afford to waste any money on extra heating for the room. So it's the logical thing to do.
Saving the planet. We do what we can.
Yeah, one hotel room at a time. All right. Next topic. You know what? We'll just get it out of the way. Bobby Beefs. I'm gonna start my own.
Bobby Beefs.
I know Beast Burger shut down, so I'm starting my own burger chain called Bobby Beefs. And
or it can be like an Italian beef. If you've ever been to Chicago, you get an Italian beef. It's really good. You can start your own Bobby Beefs.
All right.
I buy from there.
Yeah. So for those of you who have not been following along on Twitter, basically, I don't even remember what it was. It was probably on Monday. I was just streaming. There's a guy named Stealth. He's a COD Mobile YouTuber. I have talked about it. Basically, most of his content panders to people on low-end devices, and most of it's just kind of like him complaining about different things in COD Mobile that don't cater toward low-end devices. Interestingly enough, he just bought a $1,000 ROG 7. But you know, he's a man of the people. Anyway, we've had some conversations on Twitter. We're not the best of buds. He popped into my chat. He's like, "All right, I'll 1v1 you." I was like, "Oh wow, that's super random."
Didn't he
donate though? I spectated him. I didn't really do what?
Did he donate or no?
Oh yeah, he donated. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much did he donate? Like $10?
Nah, it was probably like $3 or $4.
Oh.
Yeah. But anyway, I forgot. I had done a spectating video where I was like spectating one of my viewers, and then he was on the viewer's team, so I spectated him the whole time. I didn't really trash talk him that much. I just told him like, hey, because he kept pre-firing where there wasn't anybody. It was like really obvious he was playing like a 3-finger claw, but ADS to shoot, where you can't like you can't ADS without shooting, and so it just looked really goofy. And then he ended up losing, so I was like, hey man, try switching. And so he came in, challenged me to the 1v1. I didn't take it seriously at all, which is on me.
Wait, the first three, you were spectating him and he looked bad, and so he challenged you. Okay, yeah. I got it.
So he came in, it challenged me to the 1v1. I wasn't taking it seriously. I was just kind of like goofing around.
Excuses.
No, and it's on me. Like he was better than I anticipated that he would be. But anyway, all that, he ends up winning the whole 1v1. I was like, at first, like the different stages of grief, like, starts with denial. I was like, that wasn't stealth. Like, I refuse to believe it was stealth. So I said that on stream, ended stream. I went back and watched, and I was like, well, the guy that I 1v1 played pretty similarly to stealth. But while we were talking about it on stream, Miney came in. He was like, no, I think it was him. Like, he probably recorded his POV. So once we see his POV, like, we'll be able to tell, just because you can look at the HUD, and if it's the same HUD that he records his gameplays with, then there won't be any issue. So basically, I had already come to the terms, as of yesterday morning, I had already come to terms with the fact that I was just going to be known as the guy that lost the 1v1 to stealth. I was waiting for his video to come out. He hadn't posted anything, which was weird, because he had like posted on Twitter that he was playing on 100 MS. I was like, that's really weird, because it was on Europe servers, so it should have been like fairly even split. But I figured it would show the ping whenever he posted his video, and then he posted the video, and none of it was his gameplay.
It was just yours?
It was just my gameplay, which, by the way, I could completely copy strike his video if I wanted to. I'm not going to do it. I would be within my rights to do it, but
was it not transformative? Did he just like cut your like?
No, he just took a bunch of my clips. And
no commentary.
No commentary. No, he like the very end of the video.
Right?
No, he doesn't do commentary. At the very end of the video, he like threw some of his rank gameplay in there. That was the only.
I saw it. Dude, this title's so bait. The end of Bobby Plays. My God, how not shameless can you be?
Yeah. So anyway, he that all happened, and I was expecting just to see any of his POV, and then the text that he put, because he doesn't do commentary, he just puts like text over his video.
Yeah, I saw that.
The reason I didn't record. One, I didn't want to worry about device performance issues. He says after he purchased the $1,000 ROG 7 device, which has the best performance of any phone on the market right now.
Has 12 gigabytes of RAM. Like it's literally the best Android gaming phone in the world, like bar none.
And then the second excuse was, I don't know, I feel like I get unlucky when I screen record. It's like, there's no way your gameplay. I was like, there's no way you're making it this easy for me, right? Like that, you literally you just handed me on a silver platter legitimacy to any of the complaints that I had made previously, and so I was like,
yeah,
I just tweeted Lamau, and so I gave my response. I gave what I felt were more than fair terms. One of my terms.
I will say, okay, the only slight thing is the community post. I would say I still think a community post or tweet's valid, but I'm your dad. I was like, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would tweet me because we're friends. Yeah, but some random guy on the internet.
I said I would be more than willing for his term to be he gives 20 battle passes to my community. Like, he can do that too. I said that as well. I didn't think anything of it because he didn't even mention it whenever he was giving his like 5-paragraph essay response on my video. I didn't think anything of it. I mainly meant it as a meme anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just amusing because he literally had every opportunity. Literally all he had to do was take a screenshot of the lobby we were 1v1ing in for people to be able to see that it was his HUD. And he didn't even do that. And so I
will say, also the nervous thing is so weird because you're playing live in front of I don't know how many people are on stream, but like 500, 1,000.
Yeah.
Like, you record videos that also go out to 20, 30,000 people.
Yeah.
And you're going to pull the like, I'll say like sometimes I get nervous when I'm competing in tournaments.
I was nervous because it was like way more to lose for me in the 1v1 than there is for him.
Yeah.
Like, everybody expects him to lose the 1v1. Everybody expects me. So if I lose, then I look like a clown, which I did.
I was going to say the only thing like that, so that would have been a fair statement if you were like off stream off camera, but he was already live in front of 500 people, and he knew this was going to get posted, and you knew the outcome of this was going to be you're going to get seen in front of a lot of people. So recording, that's not even a valid excuse, because you were already in a situation recording doesn't affect anything. Like, that wasn't going to be the determining factor of your gameplay being shown or not. You're already out in the public. Like, it's not like you could have hidden yourself or anything. Like, it's a whole lot of weirdness. It's a whole lot of dodging. And regardless if it is him, you now, like, it doesn't matter, because there's no proof in it. Like, it very well could have been him, and he did the slightest amount of effort, press 2 buttons, screenshot it, whatever, like drop down, screen record, he doesn't have to post it. He just has to have proof to some degree, and now he doesn't. So even it's the, like, when your credibility starts to get questioned, it doesn't, like, it all goes out the window. Like, the 1v1 doesn't matter, the video doesn't matter, nothing matters, because there's no proof. What's the point? Like, you can just say he didn't. That wasn't him.
Yeah.
What can he say? I was nervous. Oh.
Oh, Joseph said it was him playing on Stealth's account. Well, now it all makes sense. I finally understand. It all makes sense. I lost a 1v1 to Jokesta. I can accept that. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, thanks, Jokesta.
Big homie coming in clutch.
Let's go.
All right,
the boys.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot more to be said. I saw this morning Hawk's Nest tweeted at both of us that he would pay Stealth $100 to play the 1v1. I still don't think he's gonna do it. Like, I think
because now he has too much to lose.
Yeah,
now
exactly.
Now the roles are reversed. Now you're on, like, you have the high ground, and he's he's on the back. Like, if he loses, well, then it wasn't him.
And then then people think he was account sharing. People thought he was faking. Yeah. So
if he wins, well, then hey, you already lost. You know, it is what it is. It doesn't.
I think it would have been fun content. I think he's taking the situation a lot more seriously. Serious. Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to, because at the end of the day, nobody looks at either of us and is like, oh, this guy's a COD Mobile god. Like, both of us are memes in the community as far as our gameplay goes. Like, whether we like it or not, that's the statement, or the current sentiment toward each of our gameplays. So nobody was going into it like, oh, whoever wins this is the best COD Mobile player. Like, neither of us really have all that much to lose, but him ducking the 1v1 even after, like, having the better terms. And
I will say, yeah, like, giving up 20 battle passes for, like, I don't know if he does giveaways or not for his community. Like, I don't know. But if someone said they'd go out of the way and give 20 battle passes, I don't know if that just means you give him $200 if you, like, actually give 20 people. The details don't matter, but, like, that's $200, right?
Yeah, and also as somebody whose content targets people on low-end devices who don't typically have money to buy battle passes, like, that just seems like a no-brainer to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't dig too much into it, but the guy didn't make himself look good in any aspect of his replies or rebuttals. So I don't know. Bobby
he was tagging COD Mobile on Twitter, trying to get them to send the IP logs to verify.
It's like, bro, social media manager doesn't care. He doesn't give a flying
does not
flip,
give a crap, dude. Like,
no.
Seems to be a lack of understanding in how these the chain of command and everything is happening. And even if the social media manager did have that power, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about your 1v1. Like,
no. I don't think that power exists. Like, I don't know. Anyways, it's dead. It's done. Hey, honestly, I would if he still came back and accepted it, would you do it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, there you go. Stealth offers still on the table. 20. How about this? I will also throw in an extra 10 battle passes for your community. So we're up to 30 battle passes for your community,
and $100 from Hawk's Nest,
and $100. So you potentially have the ability to gain $400 from 1v1ing Bobby. And is this what I'll give you 10? I'll give you 100 if you lose. I don't care. If the 1v1 happens, I'll just throw $100. So you have $200. You win $200 regardless. And if you win, your community gets an extra $200. So you're up. You're on the up and up now. So if you still dodge, I don't know. We're trying to give you all the handouts we can. So until then, the ball's in his court. Mobile Drama guys, get it clipped, shipped, posted, and we'll be waiting.
Ducky knows what he's doing right here.
Oh yeah.
Katie said she'll match an extra 10 battle passes. There we go.
Hey, 500! No way. That's crazy. All right. The gift that keeps on giving. One gift though that no longer gives is Epic Games. As I did want to mention this, I don't really upload a whole lot of Fortnite mobile content, but I feel like Fortnite mobile, whether you played the game or not, did a lot for the mobile community back in the day. And they just laid off 16% of their employees, which doesn't sound like a lot.
Yes, it does. That sounds like a crazy amount.
But it's 900 employees that were laid off. And it sucks because the only remaining community manager for mobile, gone. To my knowledge. If there's any other community managers for mobile, I haven't spoken to them in years. Also, a lot of the content creator partnership relation managers, people that I've dealt with back in the day, they don't work for the company anymore. So it seems like to my knowledge, I went from having I knew 6 people at Epic Games. Now I know 1. And so it doesn't, I don't really know what's going on. Someone tweeted out a picture saying they don't do LTMs. They don't do a lot of things that they used to do in terms of community engagement, and that they just kind of shipped everything off to the creative side of things. So I don't know. I don't know if the game is in trouble. I've said for a while, mobile doesn't seem to be a priority. Never mind. But yeah, it's really scary though, because a game that's as big as Fortnite, you would think they are in the position to be expanding. I mean, the Fortnite is arguably being played more now, playtime, than it ever has been in history, and they're having problems keeping their staff on payroll. So I don't know. We haven't seen anything else like this in the mobile gaming or just the gaming community. Then they also fire all of the Fall Guys staff, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I actually was just scrolling past a tweet about that. So Dexerto tweeted, Epic Games reportedly laid off the team behind Fall Guys Mediatonic, but then they got community noted, and it said Epic Games did not lay off the entire Mediatonic team. While it's true Epic Games owned Mediatonic, Fall Guys was hit very hard by today's mass layoffs. Reports and rumors that the entire studio was shuttered are not true. But obviously, that's going to be one of the big games that is going to be impacted significantly by those layoffs.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find monthly active users for Fortnite and compare that. Because okay, it says there's 100 people on right now. Yeah, don't know about that one. It's hard. I think they hide. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, okay, here we go. Never mind. So it looks like the monthly active players peaked in 2021. This is from at least the chart at 290 million. And the last 30 days, it was 230 million. So still, that's 230 million monthly players. And they're raising the price of V-Bucks by around 10 to 15%, depending on which package it is. So they're making cosmetics more expensive, laying off people. And a lot of people are complaining about, the lore of the game is gone. They fired or Donald Mustard, the guy who made the Fortnite storyline, isn't there anymore. So it seems like you just kind of get on and it's like a Roblox now. You just play something that someone else has made, and if you want to, you can play Battle Royale. But dude, I don't know. It's weird. It's not looking good for Epic Games. And
maybe if they hadn't gotten rid of Fortnite Mobile, they might have had a little bit more money to pay their employees. I don't know.
I will stay on the sidelines of
I'm just saying that game was making a whole lot of money.
I think the last year that it was up and running, it made $1 billion or so. All at probably very low overhead, because it's just servers and the 10 people they had on payroll probably for making that game on mobile. But I digress. Very, very sad times, Epic Games. As always, wish the best for everyone that was impacted. Definitely sucks, but yeah, I don't know, it just sucks.
Yeah, it's I think a lot of people hope to see Epic do more things on the mobile side of things, and it never really happened. So as a mobile guy, I don't have a whole lot of emotional attachment or really even expectations towards Epic. To me, it's always just been kind of sit back and watch and see what happens. So I do hope they bounce back from it. I really do think if you're it's just mind-boggling to me that you'd be in that much financial trouble and you still are sticking to this like
Yeah.
egotistical prove a point to Apple, gonna keep
It's a pride
Fortnite.
thing.
It's literally just a pride thing that you're giving up
Pride.
so much money on, and you're costing 900 people their jobs at the exact same time. Like, I'm not saying that like every single person would still be able to keep their job. Like, gaming has been hit hard in the last couple of years, but they definitely could have had a lot more money to try to finesse around things and avoided the situation. So the fact that that whole thing just comes down to a pride thing at one big ego chow at Apple is just like it's on Tim Sweeney at the end of the day.
Why is Fall Guys not on mobile? Because Epic Games, their developer account is banned on iOS. So, and on Google. So the only way they would be able to publish Fall Guys is through the Epic Games store on Android. And I'm assuming that there are very few monthly active users. So it probably costs more money to produce the game on mobile, publish it to mobile, and only have it be played by like 5% of the people who actually want to play it. Because it still is so funny that like I was streaming Fortnite yesterday, or like 2 days ago. Someone comes in, why don't you play mobile anymore, bro? Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't like it anymore. I like PC. Like, it's the lack of education that Epic Games did over the entire situation is crazy. Like, people still don't know it's banned. People don't know what happened. And yeah, they've also spent tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on this lawsuit. The opportunity cost of having the game not on mobile, probably upwards of $1 billion, maybe $2 billion that could have been put towards competitive Fortnite, keeping people. Never mind. Yeah, all in all, very unfortunate. And I think at the end of the day, a lot of people can sit outside and speculate, but only Tim Sweeney knows what's going on. And it's very hard to tell what he feels any given moment in time due to just the nature of his character and himself. He feels like he's pretty cryptic at times. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't happen to COD. Doesn't seem like it will, though. Seems like COD's, only game that's not going to get banned.
Yeah. Did you see the link I just sent you?
Twitter?
Yeah, I sent it on Twitter.
For those of you, Space just tweeted, thanks for the $10 at Stealth COD Mobile. If you ever need me to run some more 1v1s on your account, let me know.
He really did. I'm not gonna talk about it anymore. I just thought that was amazing. I threw it up on the screen, but he really put himself in such a terrible spot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to throw that up on the screen because that was amusing. Okay. Other things happening in mobile. High Energy Heroes. Obviously, for those who don't know, that is the name of Apex Mobile 2.0. The game is still receiving a lot of praise. I believe that Tencent have already announced esport plans, everything else. There's a lot of people that are dying to play the game. I think it's impressive the lengths that people are still willing to go to play the game, because apparently people are paying. There's like some Fiverr service that people are willing to pay $15 just to get a WeChat account verified.
Really?
And so people are like literally paying to get
that link.
The link, yeah. I mean, I was actually thinking about making one because I thought
really,
well, not for High Energy Heroes. China got the COD Mobile update early, so I was gonna play the Chinese version.
WeChat verify,
but it is interesting the lengths that people are going to go. Apparently, One Tap You is actually top 5 on the leaderboards, which is ridiculous.
Crap.
Because he's got to be playing on 250 ms. I'm curious to see how long it remains a topic of conversation and something that people are creating content around. Because as of right now, there's still no indication. Apparently Mobile Clips paid 40. There we go. Apparently, there's still no indication that it's ever going to be a global game. But it is interesting because I think there are rumors of. Oh, what's the name of the game? It's the Chinese version of Mobile Legends. Honor of Kingdoms? Honor of Kingdoms? HOK?
Oh.
I think that's the name. It's like the highest grossing mobile game in the world, and it's only available in China. But there's like rumors of Honor of Kingdoms coming to global just because of how big it's gotten. So I am curious, like, I don't think there's a good chance it's going to ever actually happen in the future just because they are directly using Apex Mobile assets. Like you can tell it's the same game, but it is very, very interesting. People are already dropping it. Yeah, I mean, and that was to be
dropping it, like not playing it anymore.
Yeah, he said he was going back to Farlight.
Yeah, well, okay, my entire, not to point fingers, name names, but someone said that this is a game for high skilled players and for content creators. Content creators like myself, we prioritize games that have an audience. If no one can play, like, I've made videos on High Energy Heroes, but I will not make gameplay videos because there's no audience to consume it. The reason I still make Fortnite mobile videos is because, believe it or not, there's still an audience to consume it years and years after the ban. But if no one outside of China can download the game, which means no one in your audience can download the game without paying $15, getting a QQ WeChat account, there's no audience. Like, they'll watch one video and say, I'm never watching this again, I can't play it. And so the game isn't for content creators at the moment. If it goes global, which I doubt it ever will, there are speculations. For high skilled players, you're playing on 250 ping. So as a high skilled player myself, that's what I'm saying. Ferg, I don't know.
Ferg agrees. There we go.
I think there's just a level of copium within the Apex mobile community that they are so sad and disheartened. It's like me. I have Fortnite mobile copium. I'm still playing the game to this day. But the difference is I can go on any Android phone in the world, download it, play it, and have fun. I don't have to go and play a Chinese server-only game with an account I have to pay for. I just think there's copium, and people don't want to come to the terms that EA screwed them over. They spent a lot of money on the game, and they want... I mean, Apex is a fun game, but I would never play it on 250 ping against a bunch of players.
I mean, Apex, in the state that it was, fully accessible, was still, like, completely bottoming out when it was removed from the App Store. It's not like Apex was, like, booming and then everybody's heart was broken and they were completely shocked as it was announced. It was definitely a shock, but it not remotely as shocking as it could have been given what the game was at its beginning. So, yeah, I don't know. There's already clips. They do have FPP, I saw.
No, I thought it was a hackers.
It was a hacker, but you know that they do have an FPP like spectate mode available. So I'm curious. It is so bizarre to see Apex with only TPP. Like, it's one thing for TPP to be available in Apex, but for it to have only ever had for it to only ever have TPP is very, very bizarre. It is also weird that it didn't have like a proper anti-cheat. Obviously, Apex didn't really have a proper anti-cheat whenever it launched anyway. But I just assumed that like the Tencent version would. But that's something that does always tend to take time anyway. So, yeah. Oh, it's ANC1. Oh my gosh, this is the guy that we saw hacking in Valorant.
No, we were talking about that. Yeah. Oh wait,
this is
how is he so big, dude? This guy is the busiest mobile hacker in the world. He's hacking on Valor Mobile. How is he gonna access all these games and hack them so fast?
I don't know. He's got the connections,
dude.
Maybe he works at Tencent.
I like him a little bit more every single time I hear his name. At this point, I just gotta respect. Bro's hacked on like 10 games now and doesn't get like IP banned or something. That's VPNs. Yeah, dude. Apex day. Oh, it's not even day one. Like day 1,000, they never had anti-cheats. He's
one of the first guys I ever spectated that was cheating. That's crazy.
We went through like his lore, and now he's just like he's hacking on Apex Mobile or High Energy Heroes. Yeah, he's hacking on Valorant Mobile. Like, he's him, bro.
He's committed to the grind. You got to respect it. Very typical.
It's pretty sick.
All right. Well, there's not really a ton to talk about with High Energy Heroes. It was just interesting to me how many people are still committed to it. I think it is going to be, it's the way that a lot of these games go whenever their soft launch or their beta is. The thing is, this isn't a soft launch or a beta. Like, it's not even something that has like hope for the future. So I think the drop off in interest in it is going to be even steeper than any of the other games that we've seen, just because like, if there's no hope that you're ever going to get access to it, it's not really worth it for people to invest their time into learning the game, whatever it is. So, another big happening in gaming, CS2 has released. Counter-Strike 2 officially out right now. I'm assuming just about everybody here knows what CS:GO is. the original tactical shooter. They released their newest version, and it's something that has people wondering if we're going to see a CS mobile or a CS2 mobile, mainly because whenever CS2 initially released in its beta, some of the leakers were looking at the game files, and there were some indications that there were potential things that would allow for a mobile version in the future. And because Source 2 is compatible with mobile as well, seems like there is a very good chance, maybe not a very good chance, but there's definitely a chance that we could potentially see Counter-Strike on mobile in the future. It's not something we've seen before, and it's mainly because it doesn't seem like Valve has much interest in mobile. Like, obviously we had Critical Ops, which was definitely not a Valve project. It was it was an indie game that played very similarly to Counter-Strike, but at the end of the day, it was just an indie game. They never had the proper budgeting for a real esports scene for sustainable growth. So I think the addition of, once again, a mobile game that is not Tencent based is always, it's always good, because there needs to be more competition. Tencent is just running the board as far as mobile games right now. And I think the more that we see other companies like prioritizing the development of mobile games, we've seen it with Warzone Mobile acquiring like Lord knows how many different development studios. We've seen Rainbow Six Mobile developed in-house as well. And more than likely, whenever we see the return of Apex Mobile, that's going to be developed in-house as well, as they very obviously wanted to split from those Tencent connections. So it'll be very interesting to see how that progresses in the future.
Yeah, I just checked. They have, as of 40 minutes ago, there's 1.2 million people playing Counter-Strike 2, and that is just a PC game. That is no mobile, no console. And obviously, it's never come to console. Like, I remember they made a Counter-Strike on console way back in the day. I think it sucked. But someone made my brother actually made a good point, saying CS scene is so purist, they would never want a mobile game. Yeah. I kind of agree with that. That like the scene is also so mature in terms of the average age of the player has to be like 20s, because even if there's some teens, I feel like the amount of people who've grown up in age and continue to play CS, that no one's gonna give a crap about CS if it comes to mobile. It'd be cool, and the mobile community would care, but you're really only entertaining like the Critical Ops community. It's cool, but like I myself would play a bit, but like, what, you're gonna go pro in CS, gonna compete for like $10,000 tournaments, like open knives on mobile. It just doesn't seem, it would be cool if a game like this came to mobile, but I'd rather the games that come to mobile be a fit for the for the platform, like Warzone, Rainbow Six, where they're making adjustments. Do
you think Valorant's a fit for the platform?
In a way, I think it skews a lot younger in terms of demographic. Like, Valorant could be the second coming of CS in terms of if it's a game for long enough. You know, the kids who are playing it were there in 15, 16, 17, 18, 10 years from now, they're going to be 25, 26, like still playing the game. And it does seem to have a more global footprint, where Counter-Strike seems to be like really European focused. But like the NA tournament that happened for Valorant recently was apparently a really big success. I don't think those types of really accurate shooters are meant for mobile, but I think, like you said, getting some competition out there, just experimenting. Like, I don't know. I feel like okay, I guess it could hurt if they release a bad mobile game. But I don't know. Like, that's actually kind of tough. Like, do I want it on mobile? Yes. Do I think it belongs on mobile? Maybe not.
All right.
I don't know.
It'll be interesting. I think the CS is definitely one of those communities that I think would just be naturally opposed to it. I think especially if you had aim assist for the game, I think that would be kind of the deal breaker for them, just because like it's always been like CS has never been something that like tried to evolve beyond what it was. Like, it, as long as it existed, it stuck to those same mechanics. It had the same spray patterns. It doesn't mean there weren't any improvements, but mechanically it always remained exactly the same as it was. So yeah, it'll be interesting. And also, I saw, for example, I'm not saying I don't want Tencent to make mobile games. Like, Tencent does a phenomenal job of making mobile games, but the issue arises when there's no competition. Then it means that basically you have one company that's allowed to dictate the terms of every single mobile game that ever releases. So, like, obviously we love Tencent, but Tencent is a big reason that we have lucky draws in just about every single mobile game. And so we've seen like in the start of the Warzone mobile release, there's no lucky draws. Like it's all bundles. There's Warzone mobile exclusive stuff, but it's all bundles. I'm not saying I'm gonna buy them all, but I like having the option of just like knowing what I'm getting and knowing that I don't have to spend $100 if I'm gonna buy it. So I think at the end of the day, like competition benefits everybody in every scenario, whether it's even Tencent having different types of mobile games. Like if it was just PUBG that we had, that would be an issue because there would never be any incentive for them to fix any issues. But once we have the introduction of COD Mobile, now there's more competition. Now there's more reason for them to improve and try to give the next leg up, but also give more opportunity for the players that are playing the game, and it benefits the players more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's kind of why I want Valorant Mobile in a way, just to get like Riot Games in the ecosystem, to have a new. I mean, EA Respawn took a stab at it, but they still worked with Tencent, right? Because Lightspeed is like a subsidiary, it's like a studio. So I mean, they were still working with Tencent, and I get it. There's a professional in the space. They obviously have years and years of experience of running games properly. But also, like, if you never branch out and do your own thing, then, like, where's the innovation? Where's the competition? Where's, if they're the only games in the entire world, if only Tencent owned, operated games have lucky draws, and people don't like that anymore because, everyone doesn't, then maybe they'll be pressured to lower the prices, stop lucky draws, bring back better skin. That's what drives innovation. And I feel like that's probably why the mobile scene is stagnated for so long, is because Activision entered the scene, did really well with COD Mobile. PUBG and COD Mobile came out same-ish time, did really well, and then it just kind of stops. Like, games would come out, but they wouldn't really be fully thought through, developed, and they were just kind of cash grabs. And we've seen that cash grabs on mobile aren't really working as much as they used to. So I think innovation is very important, but at the same time, like, they're good. Yeah, like for example, Tencent is just, they make games really good. So that's why you need a company like Riot Games who has the revenue, the infrastructure to challenge them, compared to a smaller game like Apex Legends, where they could just probably gonna get steamrolled. And we saw what happened there. So I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are welcome to ask questions. We'll do like a Q&A time, or we can talk about anything chat wants us to talk about. But just in response to that, I think, like, yes, Tencent's really good at fixing issues, but I think more than anything, Tencent's basically, it's become a crutch for any like major IP that wants to release a mobile game, because rather than like building out the infrastructure to make their own mobile studio, they just hand everything off to Tencent, because Tencent's really good at it. Like, that's understandable. That's the way a lot of things work in business. But because every major IP has done that, it allows Tencent to effectively have a monopoly as far as competitive mobile shooters go. So that's as of right now, no question, there's nobody that's remotely close to Tencent in regards to development of mobile games, in regards to fixes and everything else. But as these companies start to build out their actual mobile studios, they'll start to improve, and they'll start to have those opportunities where they can compete. Because if nobody ever does that, then ultimately Tencent just gets the monopoly, and we're all playing Tencent games. And once again, Tencent makes amazing games, but at the end of the day, competition is best case scenario for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, agreed. Yeah, I mean, competition's good. Tencent good. Mobile game is good.
What happened to Rainbow Six? Is it out yet? It is not out yet.
No.
The game seems to be progressing. There were indications that they're going to announce new regions at the end of September.
I thought they were going to announce them like a while. Wait. Never mind. Just kidding. Yeah, I thought they announced them like kind of a while, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah,
it just, I don't know. It seems like another case of the hype being blasted too early. Everyone getting really excited months and months ago, and then us kind of realizing, oh, this isn't good. Like, everyone's gonna get burnt out of the game before it even comes out.
I think it was a good thing that they took a break, like whatever that break
100%.
was, because they were going like all out, like full social media presence, but the game wasn't really progressing. So I think it progressed substantially in the time that they took off. I think the game is fun right now. I think they need to move as quickly as they possibly can to try to get to launch, and I don't know how feasible that is. Like, I don't know the size of their development studio. There's definitely substantial bugs. The biggest issue, obviously, being the server issues. That's naturally going to be an issue when it comes to a tactical shooter, because it is so like reaction time based that if you are at any type of ping disadvantage, you're just going to get obliterated. So I hope that they do progress forward, but there's no indication of any major changes as of right now.
Yeah, Ferg said, thoughts on state of Warzone mobile. I'll try to keep it kind of brief. I think it is good, not perfect. It's not great. It is playable. I have only obviously played it on, I mean, yesterday I played it on my iPhone. I played it on my Red Magic. My Red Magic was probably getting like 50 FPS, and that's without screen recording. It's definitely looking a lot better. It's looking, it's reaching that like threshold of like release of like globally playable and like acceptable. But I just don't know how to gauge, because who knows? Like maybe if they keep pushing the bar, and you know we're still down here, and like everyone, that's my only fear is, like the bar is right here, and like maybe we're right here. Every month that it gets delayed, people assume that they're gonna have you know, more FPS, better optimization, new map. So when you said you hope it comes out in like 4 to 6 months, in 4 to 6 months, like even I'm expecting like to launch on iPad with 90 FPS. Like it better come out of, if they come out in Q1 of 2024, it has to come out swinging. But that's why I say, like, right now, if they release it in a month, I don't think it's the best product they could release. But also they announced it a year ago.
Yeah,
you've been able to play it for a year. We've played it for a year straight. By the time it comes out, that'll have been in Q1 of 2024, like 15 months, 18 months. Like, I just don't know how much closer we need to wait for this gap to get before we say, like, let's play it, let's release it. But I totally get it. Like, waiting till it's perfect is the optimal strategy. But I'm just afraid that the longer they wait, the higher the expectations are, and it's just a never-ending feedback loop.
Think they should wait it out till it's perfect. I don't think it's ever going to be perfect. I think that's the thing for me. Like, especially it would be different if it was developed for an engine that was designed for mobile, but they're developing it on an engine that's never been on mobile before, and they're going to constantly find new ways to improve it. But it's gonna take forever for it to reach a state. Like, I don't think at this point. I think it's going to be more than anything tied to the success of the mainline game itself. I think it is going to have its own individual issues and its own upsides as well, and things that people do like about it. But because it is so heavily tied, like movement wise, gun wise, progression wise, to the mainline game, it just makes so much sense for its launch to be alongside the mainline game's launch. So I think. I do feel like it kind of has to be alongside Modern Warfare 3. There have also been like official shows that have happened where they've stated that it's going to launch alongside Modern Warfare 3. Those could have been like, I wasn't supposed to say that, or maybe that wasn't what was in the script, whatever it is. But the entire community is fully anticipating that that's what it's going to be. So if it doesn't happen there or within a month of it, like, I think there are going to be major issues just as far as community trust goes.
That's what I was going to say as well. Like, we've already had this. And again, like, I don't think anyone was actually thinking they were going to release back in May. And that's us thinking it. The average Joe who sees, oh my God, Warzone Mobile's tweeting out, I can pre-register for the game. Oh my gosh, this is coming out in a month. I can play my favorite game on my phone. Let's go. We're 4 months after that. And like little Timmy only, if it happens again, thinking, oh, they say November 1st, like, you know, last time they're just, you know, getting the game ready. Now it looks so good. If it happens again, and there's no, that's also been the biggest thing, is the communication just hasn't been very good about it, really anything. With the limited release, there's only been 4 countries for the longest time. We still have no idea what's going to happen at COD Next, which I don't think we need to get leaked because the event's happening in a week. But it would be, I think they also kind of did this themselves. Like they gave, if they didn't think the game was going to be ready for 18 months, then they could have just waited to announce it and all that stuff. But they've kind of put themselves in this predicament where they've already been you've been able to pre-register for the game for like what, 8 months, 7 months, like that seems like a crazy long time to me to like have a game be in a pre-register state and just not provide any more information. So that's why I'm thinking it's launching this year, is because I think the downsides to them not launching when the mainline game launches is worse than if they waited. Or no, it's better. It's better for them to launch sooner than wait longer and make a better game, because then they'll have lost the trust, the interest. Rainbow Six will be out. Valorant Mobile, who knows, might be in a beta stage. Like there's too much opportunity cost, I think, for them to continually push back the launch to try to keep optimizing the game, and that's my only fear. It's like they kind of did this themselves, but it's like you got to pick the lesser of two evils, which I feel like the game should be the game dropping early and not pulling an Apex where they just never fix anything.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would imagine they probably encountered more issues than they anticipated along the way, which, once again, understandable given that they're trying to do something that's never really been done in adapting an engine that's built specifically for PC and console and fitting it into the mobile ecosystem. Drama Guy asks, do y'all think they'll keep their promise of 120 player real lobbies? Well, they never guaranteed that it would be 120 player real lobbies.
They said up to.
But basically, the way that they said it was they want to minimize the number of bots as much as possible. And with the way that they've done it so far, I think they've done a good job. Like, there's not an absurd amount of game modes that you can choose from for the most part, especially
there's like three.
Pubs. There's like three game modes that you can choose for Battle Royale and 2 game modes that you can choose for multiplayer. So it's very, very constricted. There's no map selection, which I think is a good thing. Number one, people need to learn how to play different maps in multiplayer, not just the ones that they want to play. But number two, like, it keeps the lobbies full. It keeps as many real players in there as possible. So I think the way that they've set it up is as close as possible as people could expect for what they're aiming for. I will also say the sweatiness level in the shipment lobbies that they've added already makes me anticipate that there's going to be a lot of people playing. Like, you can tell people are like gonna grind, and I think even if it's console sweats that are hopping on mobile to try to find or try to farm mobile players, like, at the end of the day, more players is better. I'm fine with whatever. As long as I'm fighting real people, I'll take whatever I can get. So I think they're heading in the right direction on that. There's still some updates that need to happen as far as custom lobbies go. The custom lobbies run really well, but there's like some spectator client issues. But overall, I do think it's heading in the right direction. I think personally that they should aim for a launch alongside Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, even if it's not like the same day it launches, at least just before the end of the year. I also think that's pretty critical, because then you get the December rush. You have kids out for school. Everyone's on holiday break. They've got 2 weeks of uninterrupted playtime to go. I think that's, if they don't release it when the game launches mainline, then that's probably their second best option, like a mid-December launch. But we'll know soon enough. I hope if I'm if I'm at the Warzone mobile event and a date is not mentioned, I'm packing it up, boys. I'm out of here. I'm going Roblox full time.
Ducky we didn't talk about that. Ducky the Roblox gamer. Do you want to plug it?
I don't care.
Talk about your experience in the Roblox community so far.
I mean, the Roblox community, I mean, they've been very welcome. Like, all my videos, I remember my first Roblox video did well, got like 50,000 views. Before, I had one video on my entire channel had like 50,000 views. And people were like, some guy was like, why do you only have one video? Like, you're my favorite YouTuber ever. Like, you have to upload more. Like, the comment section is super nice. Everyone is super welcoming. Everyone just there. Like, there's no drama really. There's no beef. You just kind of play games. You play with what games you want to play. And if anything, people hate on like the developers of the game, not the creators. So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they'll blame you. They'll be like, Bobby, why don't you tell COD Mobile to fix the game? You're like, dude, I just play the game. But I feel like in Roblox, a lot of people just yell at the developers, and the creators are like, dude, you're so awesome for like still playing this like crappy game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been fun. I mean, I'm still getting more viewership on that channel than my mobile channel. So I'm just gonna keep on keeping on. It's definitely interesting. It's also crazy how much a new channel gets pushed in the algorithm, if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, you're just it's not like making a new channel is gonna like work. But a lot of people were like, dude, how are you not like at 100,000, like 1 million subscribers? Like, you're such a good YouTuber. I'm like, well, that's because I do have like almost 1 million subscribers. Like, I just didn't tell you guys. So if you guys have experience on another channel with YouTube, making a fresh one is like the biggest cheat code right now. Like having a really specific goal of content, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Jerusalem said, when are we getting, dude, you should do the 1v1 on Roblox.
Ooh, I actually have a Roblox video coming out. The Call of Duty, I think it's called Frontline. It's actually really
I did that a while ago.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. Jaboozle asked if they should consider a PC release for Warzone Mobile. Is that a troll comment?
Someone said they pre-registered for Warzone Mobile on November 17th, 2022. So if they don't drop it when mainline drops, that will have been a year of being pre-registered for a game, which I just think is like, at that point,
yeah,
move on. Like, for the average person, not speaking to anyone specifically, just for the, like, you have to think about it. We're all dedicated, diehard mobile fans. The average person isn't looking up on Twitter or YouTube when is it like, they're just like, oh, I forgot about that game. Oh, well, I play Candy Crush now full time. So, yeah, Ferg, are you going to be there? Is Fergie Wergy going?
What am I going to do if they announce 2024 release and there's no partners? Oh, and there's no partners? I will auction my channel to the highest bidder. If there's no partners, I'm just going. I will be I will be the biggest variety
Roblox,
mobile gamer.
My friend.
I will be
Roblox.
I will be the ultimate variety gamer. I will you know.
Yo, we'll make our own mobile news channel. How about that?
There we go.
We'll join forces. We'll just make this. We'll just do this podcast on your channel.
All right. We'll just do the podcast full time. We can stream mobile news for 4 hours a day, right?
Oh yeah. There's no partners up. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be I mean, that would definitely be a hit. I don't know. It'll be interesting. And it releases late Q1. Yeah, late Q1, I don't know. I think late Q1 would be pretty devastating for the game itself. And just because like I think community trust is such a big thing. Ferg reveals he was gonna go to COD Next and he pulled out.
Oh!
Wow.
All right. I need my impressions, bro. Why aren't you gonna be there?
Yeah,
I need my tweet to bang.
I don't know. I think the community trust is such a big aspect of it that I think if they don't release it now, like it's just going to be very difficult to get the trust back that they lost, just because like that there's been multiple buildups. Like they didn't properly address the May 25th or May 15th, whatever it was, release date being wrong in the App Store. And people, obviously people understood that, but now that it's been pushed back again, there's been talks of it releasing alongside Modern Warfare 3. Like, it really does feel like it's now or never for Warzone Mobile.
Yep. I think, oh, dude, we could do a podcast?
Yeah, IRL, yeah.
Oh, sick. Are we doing it?
We'll do like an actual one that we post with Noah and not just one that we record on crappy mics and never post. Chad, I have that in a hard drive somewhere. I don't remember where it is, but...
Oh my god, those sucked.
They were terrible. He kept asking me if I was going to post it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to post it soon.
Dude, that... With the ones at Stage 5 last year?
No? Yeah, Stage 5, yep.
Yeah. Opinions on Arena Breakout. This is the last question. Then I gotta go. Right. I don't know. Trying to think, what can I say? I think the game has a lot of potential. It just doesn't feel like a mobile game to me. Like we were talking about what games belong on mobile. A very slow, a very coordinated, a very methodical game is kind of the antithesis of mobile. Mobile is run and gun, fast, shoot, die, reload, respawn. And it's definitely a genre that not everyone likes, but the people who do like it, they now have their thing. Like that is Arena Breakout is a fantastically made game. That if you're a fan of those tactical shooters, then like holy, you're in heaven. Like this is you're at the pinnacle of your mobile gaming experience now. And it because of the backing, the size, is it Tencent?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Like
I'm trying to remember. It's one of their newer studios. It's the same studio that made Undawn. Level Infinite. Level Infinite's the name of the studio.
I mean, exactly. The optimization is absurd. Like the actual performance on my iPad Pro it looks like the console, looks like PC with like max graphics. And it's really impressive. It's just not my kind of content. And I want to see, like, I know when Sanity's making content now, I know there's some other creators who have kind of switched to it in a more permanent
I've
status.
heard that a lot of people have seen Ferg on the game a lot recently, so.
My boy going for number 1.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, is there a leaderboard though in that game?
I don't know.
He'll find a way to be number 1. I think it's good. What about you, Bobby? What are your...
I think it's obviously a well-made game. I don't think that's ever been the issue. I think it's been I think the biggest challenge for the game is getting the viewership to translate from like you said, like what mobile gamers are used to the style, because like people complain about the pace of the game when I play COD Mobile Search and Destroy. So like if people are complaining about the game when I play like the pace of that for COD Mobile Search and Destroy, you can imagine like what the average mobile attention span is going to be for a game where you have like maybe, like as far as engagements with real players, like probably 6 to 10 real engagements in a game that could potentially be 40 minutes long. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they can, or if they can find ways to make it more catered toward the mobile attention span. I think Armory, with the way that it's set up, is done really well. But once again, like it's the barrier to entry, I think is the biggest thing, because you just have to know so much about the game and you have to invest so much time into learning the game in order to actually play it properly. I think that's going to be the biggest obstacle that they face.
Yeah, I mean that's also like the learning curve is tremendous. Like I played the game for 10 hours and I still had no clue what I was doing. I had to get my team to just like use me like a chess piece, just like move me here, tell me to go here, pick this up, like huge learning curve. But then again, if they're able to capture people, if they're able to get people dedicated, invest enough to the game to where they learn how to play it, I mean, I don't think they're going anywhere. Like if you have the dedication to sit down and learn that game through and through, and then with creators like Ice who are doing guides who make it a whole lot more palatable and digestible, you're setting yourself up for success. But again, I just think from my experience, the few pieces of content I've done on it, the pacing is just, it's really, I like to keep my content more fast paced, and it's just I'd have to play for like 2 hours to get enough for like an 8-minute video. So definitely a lot of potential. The game is amazing. It's just a very niche community. And so finding a way to make it not as niche, I think, is their goal. But once again, I love seeing games innovate. That's what we're talking about. Okay, well, it is Tencent, but you know what I mean. Bringing new titles to the platform can do nothing but bolster the overall community. So big Dubsky.
Yeah, Ice is definitely killing the game. His content, his and Sade have been the most impressive to me, because I didn't think, especially early in the game's life cycle, there would be a big enough community or a dedicated enough community for people to be pulling that many numbers streaming. I can see it for video content, because I think it does, like, the pace of the game caters itself more toward video style stuff. So the stuff that the fact that they can retain people and keep people entertained in those longer matches is really impressive. So I'm interested to see the direction it continues to go. I believe Ducky has to go hit the gym and continue to you know,
I got a pump cover on, don't worry about it.
He's got to get the Twitter impressions, got to keep them up. So
somehow
can't let the body go.
Nope.
All right.
I've been standing the entire time, if you just noticed that.
Oh, I did not notice that. I had no idea.
You really?
Yeah. It just looks like you're sitting. I don't know.
No, I mean, it's the... Oh, let me make my bed. It's the same, like... the camera angle is like the exact same. It's funny, but yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for the podcast. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, do me a favor. Drop a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tell a friend about it. We will be we'll try to be back next week. It's probably not going to be Friday because I think we're all going to be flying on Friday. But I know that we all have a big chunk of the day off on Wednesday, and none of us have anything on Tuesday. So we will do our best to have an IRL 2 Thumbs Up podcast at some point next week. It'll probably be either Tuesday or Wednesday. So hopefully we will get to talk to you guys then. And if it ends up being after COD Next, because I think COD Next ends like early afternoon. Maybe we have time after that as well.
It's early.
So we'll let you guys know, but definitely make sure to follow along on Twitter to stay updated with everything that's happening. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already.